first time with, like so much, like super noticeable way.
Yeah, well, it's making twice the horsepower now.
Yeah.
And it's the same motor.
All right, everyone, welcome back to the Motive Anatomy. Today we have a returning guest. Returning guest with an amazing car. It's the same car, but a completely different car. It's kind of hard to explain it, but today we have Izzy. Izzy, thank you for making time for us, dude. Definitely appreciate it.
Of course.
What do you drive?
I drive a 1993 Honda Civic CX hatchback.
93 Honda Civic CX. So walk us back, because I know last time we had a conversation about this amazing build. You said you had a whole bunch of different plans for it. Did you do it? I think you went overboard.
Yeah, I mean, a little bit. I wanted to redo the engine bay, and as far as like the engine goes, I really didn't think that I was gonna do it. There was really no thoughts of it at the time. But yeah, I guess, you know, we're at where we're at now.
So the progress that you ended up doing, you documented on your YouTube channel. Tell me a little about your YouTube channel. Tell us the name again of it, and what can we expect moving forward?
So the name of my YouTube channel is Izzy IG with an underscore, which is the same as my Instagram. What I do on my channel, just kind of document, well, at the time I was documenting more of the build of the car, the progress of it. It was really a struggle for me between wanting to rush through and finishing whatever I was doing and wanting to film and edit at the same time. So it was really, really hard for me to find the balance, and it still really is hard for me to find the balance between filming, editing, and just enjoying, you know, whatever it is that I'm doing.
Yeah.
But, you know, for the most part, it's whatever I got going on with my car, whatever events I hit up with the CLK boys, and you know, that's really all it is. It's just kind of not a day in my life, but just kind of what goes on with my car life.
Gotcha. And then speaking of that, so now that you built the car, you've been driving it.
Yes.
You've been driving it.
Yeah, I drive this car, and you know, as pretty as it looks, this car gets driven a lot. You know, every weekend for the past maybe 2 or 3 months, I've been putting, you know, like 150 to 160 miles on the car, driving from, you know, the Riverside area out to like the OC or even Los Angeles area, back and forth, middle of the day, early mornings, at night.
It's crazy.
You name it, you know, and I'm there, I'm driving the car, and that's probably one of my favorite parts about it. You know, I put it together for me to enjoy, and I've been enjoying the car, you know, now that it's been up and running. Yeah,
I love that. Yeah, because you don't even own a trailer, so you can't trailer it.
No, it's not a trailer queen. It's been on trailers. You know, it's been on trailers, you know, when I would take it to drag racing, you know, a few times when it wasn't registered or stuff like that, or I needed to test things out or whatever. But for the most part, you know, it always gets driven to whatever events it goes to.
What was the final vision for this car? Because I mean, I after speaking with you, you shared some of the things that you wanted to do, and I was like, that's insane. And then I thought you were done, and then you took everything out and then redid it. So what was the final vision for it?
Right. So, you know, cars are never done, you know, and for somebody to say that they have like a final vision for a car, I think it's more short term. Because I thought I was done with the car too, and it just wasn't it, you know. So after I started doing all the engine work and all that, it just wasn't enough for me. It wasn't. It just wasn't enough, you know. And so,
because at first you wanted to be NA, right?
Yeah.
And then somehow a Snell got in there, and I was like, okay, cool, it looks great, it's done, right? You're like, yeah. And then like less than a week later, you're like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take everything out because I'm gonna do something else.
Right.
Love it. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's just, you know, anytime the car goes down, I always make sure that it comes back better than it was before.
You have.
And so the car did go down. So the car is turbo now, and the car did go down due to a minor engine failure. You know, the cam caps over the camshafts, one of the bolts backed out, and when I was in boost flooring it, the camshaft broke in 3 pieces. I bent some exhaust valves, but that's the only damage that was done to the car.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So when that happened in December of 2019, I think it was 2019 that happened. You know, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna pull everything out, redo the engine bay, and just go crazy, you know, and show off our work over at Velocity Powder Coating, and powder coated as much as I could, Cerakoted as much as I could, and yeah.
You sure did, man. Let's get into this amazing build because it looks so proper. Tell us about the front end. What do you got going on now?
Front end stayed the same. I think the last time I was on your channel, I just had an OEM style carbon hood. So really, it's the same front end, OEM bumper, charge speed lip, charge speed fenders, and this is a Jay's Racing carbon fiber hood.
You resprayed everything though, right?
No, everything stays the
really?
same.
It looks really clean.
Yeah, everything has been the same paint since the last time it's been painted.
Oh, wow.
Which was, maybe 3 years now.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
yeah. So the only thing that got resprayed recently is the hood. The hood was carbon fiber, but I went ahead and color matched it, and I left the carbon vent.
Very nice.
And I got that idea from George from Arizona. He's got that ICB EG hatch. It's a gold one. Oh, and he's got a first molding hood with a similar, masked out vent. So I got the inspiration from him. I kind of thought about it for a little bit, but I finally decided it was time to do it.
Yeah, it looks beautiful, dude.
Thank you.
Very beautiful.
Thank you.
And then fenders, same?
Same, charge speed fenders.
Okay.
Yeah.
What did change was, did you change any suspension pieces?
No, all the suspension has stayed the same.
Okay.
Yeah, all the suspension has stayed the same from the last time. So it's on Buddy Club coilovers, True Heart upper control arms for the front, blocks rear camber arms, and then I've got Function 7 LCAs with the Function 7 matching subframe brace.
Gotcha.
And it's a simple car. It's not.
It's very comfortable.
It is comfortable. Yeah.
For what it is, it's very comfortable, and obviously it's very functional, and it moves. Definitely moves. Brakes. What did you end up doing? I mean, part of it we can see some of your work, power recording. Same brakes as last time.
Yeah,
right?
it's the same Wilwood DPHA caliper.
Did you shave off the Wilwood?
No, so what it is, it's a decal, and I just haven't had the time to make the decal.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I thought it was
on.
engraved. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a decal that goes on. So when they got stripped and sandblasted, the decal had to come off.
I personally like it like that, though. Clean.
I kind of like it like that too, because you can see the whole color. But I think with the Wilwood decal, it'll just add a little bit of contrast to it. They pop as it is, so
super.
And the wheel and tire setup. The last time I was on the channel, I had the 949s, but now I've got some RPF ones. The fronts are 15x8 plus 23 offset, I believe, or 25 offset.
Such beefy
and
setup.
it's a 225/45 tire all around, and the wheel setup in the rear is a 15x7 plus 35 offset, and it has a 225/45 tire.
Nice.
Yeah, so it's it's like a reverse staggered.
Reverse staggered.
Yeah.
Well, it works well with the oversized fenders in the front, and And you're pushing
definitely.
power, so you also need to put some to it to the ground. So.
Yeah, definitely.
Wow. And then to the exterior, the outside, did you change anything outside the back?
No, the cars remain the same. Overall, like what you see is exactly what I wanted. Is, minus a few touches, like all the powder coating stuff. But the wheels changed, but body panels, the same spoiler. It's all been the same.
Yeah.
Be obnoxious?
Darn kids. Little swirl on. Oh man. It's fast, way. So fast.
Brother, tell us about the interior because, oh my God, it looks, don't take this the wrong way, but it looks so much complete now.
Yeah,
Cleaner.
definitely. I think the last time I was on the channel too, I had the Recaros, which I still have them. But I've got, my stock gray seats in. They're just more comfortable than the Recaros, and the Recaros have been getting really dirty. And I've been driving the car a lot. And, just the stock seats, man, that's the way to go for me,
You're getting old, fool.
I am getting old, man. I think we talked about that on our podcast, the podcast that we did, and I was talking about how I feel like I'm getting old, and I kind of just want to tone back.
I love how you want to tone back, but then you go and you do that to your car. Never mind.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So
what else have you done to it?
I don't know if I had the S2000 cluster the last time I was on your channel, but I had the K-Tune extended shifter, but now I've got the fast line shifter, and I kept my Checkered Sports shift knob That's one of the best shift knobs out in the market, you know, at least for me personally. And you know, other than that, the cars remain the same. I added some gauges now that I'm boosted, and yeah, it's simple. You know, it's simple and effective.
It's simple and effective. Absolutely gorgeous, dude. Just gorgeous. And I like the gray interior. So
Yeah, I love it. You know, everyone's always going after the black interior.
the black one.
Yeah, the black interior is awesome too, but for some reason this gray really, you know, just called me.
Yeah, black is cool, but I mean, this was dope. I like, you know, manual handles, everything about this.
Yeah, so
That CX model.
Yeah.
Well, you said comfortable because you've been driving it. So I mean, let's see that D series. I mean,
oh yeah,
right? I mean, that's the only way people drive their cars, no? We'll see. We'll see what we're working with.
So what we got going on here is
That tension. I mean, you're just keeping them waiting. You're
yeah.
gonna keep them waiting.
This is I feel like this is like the money maker of the car right here. Whatever event I go to, people will trip out, you know, the way the car looks obviously, but once that hood comes up, man, it's like it just gets crowded, and it sometimes it's kind of scary because
I love how you're
You
just
don't know
stalling, dude.
how-
I love it.
you don't know what kind of people are going to come in here.
People
and
are moving their mouths.
People touching.
They're declining.
You know?
They're disliking the video. It's super worth waiting for. Wow. Granted, all this you did in your backyard. Ground is full of dirt. You still haven't got pavement, and you did it with just your basic tools.
Yeah.
Wow. So, what the heck, man? What are we staring? I mean, first of all, the color combination. Walk us through that, because I know it's not going to be everybody's cup of tea.
Right,
But I like
of
the
course.
fact that you tried something different.
Of course.
So to walk us a little bit about the aesthetics part of it, and then we're going to dive into this amazing build.
All right. So the color combo came to me when I was out mountain biking. I saw somebody with a mountain bike, of course, out on the trails, and they had a gray with the neon decal, you know, on the side, and it comes like that, you know, from the manufacturer. That specific bike came like that, and I looked at it and said, "What a weird combination that works so good." And honestly, like, I didn't really think that it was gonna work or that I was gonna like it, you know, once I did it to my car. But I'm really glad that I did, because it's really my own touch to it.
Yeah,
And,
I don't think I've seen another car with it like this.
Yeah, and it's crazy because I've gotten so many compliments on, you know, the color combo. People always tell me, "Oh man, I love the color combo," and you know, I would never expect that. And you know, hey, you know, if other people dig it, that's awesome. You know.
Ultimately, you've always been of that mindset that you do things for you.
Of course, yeah.
So, and I
Yeah.
definitely love the fact that you did that. Well, you did things for you, all right. Tell us about the setup. What are we staring at?
So it's an F20B long block with a Type R Integra 4.7 final drive transmission, and yeah, it's a super simple setup. It's got a 1320 manifold. It's got an eBay turbo on there. It's got a custom 3-inch downpipe and 3-inch intercooler piping. But as far as the internals on the engine goes, the block is stock. The head, like I mentioned, they had a mishap, and I bent some valves. So I went ahead and pulled the head off, sent it out to SB Machine Shop out in San Bernardino. Huge shout out to SB Machine Shop for taking care of me. And you know, so we got SuperTech valves in there now. And since the head was off, I went ahead and got some ARP head studs since it was on boost. You know, don't want no head lift or anything like that. And that's it. It's a super simple setup. Even though it may not look so simple, it really is. 1000cc injectors, -6 fuel line. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
Did you do anything to the intake manifold?
The intake manifold is out of a Civic SI. It's a RBC intake manifold.
Oh, okay.
It is port matched to the 72 millimeter throttle body, and the runners are also ported. The only thing that I didn't do is port the plenum because I didn't want to cut and weld it. But the runners and the throttle body inlet are all port matched.
Gotcha. Okay. And then what kind of blow off?
It's a TurboSmart race port blow-off valve and I've got a Turbo Smart Hypergate 45 millimeter wastegate.
And the catch can and all that stuff, who did that?
The catch can is an Dyno catch can, and it's just a dash. I believe that's a dash 10 line.
Okay. And then cooling?
It's a Go Auto Works radiator. Got dash 16 fittings on there, dash 16 hoses, and shout out to Kuya's Fab for welding up my fittings.
I was about to tell you. Okay, yeah.
On the for the water neck.
So nice, everything.
Who did your tuning?
Derek Trogger out in Ontario, DT Honda Motive, or DT tuned on Instagram.
The power feels so like
It's
smooth.
linear.
So smooth way.
It's linear. I mean, I drive this car so much, and like we can cruise on the freeway. There's no hiccups, no nothing. We're going like 60 miles an hour right now. It's beautiful.
Yeah. The car is working perfectly. It's not boggy.
The water temps.
Yeah, everything's good, man. Yeah, it doesn't feel boggy or anything, way. It's perfect. Wow.
Took the car back to Kuya's Fab. Shout out to B-Roll for fixing up my charge pipes how I wanted them. He had to add elbow to the turbo so that everything flowed and was able to fit with the bumper on. And he made me a new downpipe as well. So those are all pie cuts all the way down to the lower bend.
It's a lot of cuts.
Yeah, and so with him doing that, it gave me the clearance that I needed with the radiator. And the biggest thing that I wanted to do with going turbo is I wanted to keep the grills in the bumper. So I spent time taking on and off the bumper, shaving back the rear of the grill just to fit in there, because I didn't want to cut out the bumper grills.
And what kind of intercooler?
It's a Mishimoto intercooler.
Okay. Wow. It's amazing. Fuel.
Fuel is just 1000cc FIC injectors, dash 6 line, and I've got an AEM flex fuel sensor, so I can run E85 and 91.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I don't, people's.
Do you ever run it on regular gas?
I do. No,
okay.
I
do.
do.
Okay.
Yeah. So I actually, drive it on 91 pretty frequently. So what I do is when I leave my house, there's an E85 station. So I'll top off E85. E85 burns a lot faster than 91. So by the time I'm out, like in the OC or LA area,
You're done.
on the way back, I put in, maybe 4 gallons of 91, and I just drive it home like that. Yeah. So, and it essentially, it kind of works out that way because E85 will, clog up the injectors and get them real dirty because it's, real dirty fuel. But the 91 will help kind of maintain the injectors before I have to take them out and get serviced. So I've already had to get the injector serviced once, and a huge shout out to my guy Chris over at Vane Engine Stands or Injector Lab. They run both businesses, but yeah, huge shout out to Chris for taking care of my injectors and cleaning them and making sure that they're top notch.
That's awesome. Speaking of servicing, let's talk a little bit about the tuning, dyno, all that good stuff, if you don't mind.
Yeah, for sure. The dyno tuning was done by Derek Trogger over at DT Honda Motive. You guys can check out his Instagram at DT Tuned. And, unfortunately, he will only tune like Honda. He won't really tune like Chrome or chipped ECUs or anything like that. But he's a great tuner. He's a very, very great tuner. He's always tuned my cars. I've never had any issues with them. The drivability on this car is, it drives like if it was a stock car, and then once I want to get on it, it does what it needs to do. And, even between, running the E85 and running the 91, it's so seamless. Like the car has no hiccups, no problems, and I've never had any problems with this tuning. So with the current setup that you're seeing now, on 9 pounds of boost, on E85, it made 400 wheel horsepower. And that's still on a stock map sensor. So if I went, 4-bar map sensor, I could add more boost, but stock map sensor will only read about 9 pounds before it starts to fail. So it made 400 on the 85, and then on 91, it made 360 wheel horsepower on 9 pounds of boost.
It's amazing. And your exhaust setup?
It's just a 3-inch straight pipe, pretty much. Just got a resonator and a Block N1 canister.
Alrighty, man. Thank you so much for making time for us, man. Yeah, this car is a complete different beast. Unfortunately, it is for sale.
Yes.
So I'll put all his information on the description. Hit him up if you're interested. I don't know, maybe at the time of this video, even it's already sold. But yeah, it's for sale. So at this moment, there's no future plans for it.
No.
But I just want to say thank you, man, because it's when I hit you up, you had the Accord and you had this one. I want to interview on this one, and then from there we just started chatting. So thanks to this car, man, I've been able to meet you, hang out with you, just get to know you on a more personal level. I can definitely consider you a friend. I truly mean that, man. So thank you for building such an amazing car, because that way we were able to connect through it. And there's we're here, man. So I definitely appreciate you, man. Any shout outs?
Oh man, let me see, got to pull out the list. No, I'm just kidding. It's really a lot of people to thank, man. It's not this car, even though I've done most of the work, this car wouldn't be what it is without everybody who's helped me. Yeah, unfortunately I do have to sell it. I've got some family emergencies that came up, and selling the car, it sucks, but I'm also very thankful for the car, because friendships started out with this car. For example, like you and I, it started with the car, and like you said, I consider you one of my good friends. But with this car came a lot of friendships. So there's really a lot of people to thank. A lot of hands went into this car, a lot of work went into this car, different shops, different companies that helped me out, different shops that helped me out, a lot of friends that helped me out. I don't think it would be fair, for me to say names and just right now off the top of my head, I can't really think of any, but you guys know who you are. And I just want to say appreciate all you guys' help with this car. It's definitely come into something that I would have never imagined, or I could only dream of, having a car like this. This is really one of my dream builds, and I'm just glad that I was able to enjoy it for as long as I did. All the ups, all the downs, all the fights with the girlfriend, and, for my family, really never understanding why I would spend so much money into my car, but the minute, I would feel, any downs in my life, this car has always been there for me. It brought me peace, it brought me happiness, and the car will continue to serve that purpose if it sells. That money, will be a lot of help in my current situation. But there's just ultimately too many people to thank. But if I did have to thank somebody, it would have to be, thanks to my family for always supporting me, even if they thought that this was a waste of money.
What's a Civic? They know better. That's why.
Yeah.
They turn a quote, I tell you.
Specifically, shout out to my mom. She raised a hell of a kid. She raised 5 of us, and we're all go-getters. We all get what we want. We all do what we want to do. And this is a product of, persistence, hard work, a lot of time into this car, a lot of effort. But above everything, shout out to my family for always supporting me. Like I said, even if they thought it was a waste of money, but at the end they always saw the joy that it brought, and all the friends that I've made with it, and they understand now.
Love it, man. Thank you for bringing a lot of motivation to all of us. And yeah, man, it's not the end.
It's not. I can always build another car.
Yeah.
But family will always come first above everything.
As it should be, man. Thank you so much, man. Really appreciate your friendship, dude. Thank you.
No problem. All right, guys. So